Hello chat. I don't know how to start this. I really want to get into like making illustration videos. I'm really thankful that people like enjoyed my video on how I made Hongshu. However, those take forever, and also versus making kind of a lot for oh, this is really uncomfortable to hold it like this. This is not better. This is Hongshu. He's my fursona. I was planning to make like a video redesigning the One Piece, like the Straw Hats, as furries. And I was like, oh yeah, when I make that video, I should probably make like a PNG-tuber of Hongshu. I was like really overwhelmed with how much work that was gonna be. Just like redesigning the characters and also making a PNG-tuber. And then I was like, what if I just make the PNG-tuber its own video? So hopefully this video is not gonna be like an hour long, because I feel like all my videos are really long. And like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy long form videos, but I know not everyone does. Focus on my hand. Focus on my hand. Thank you. Hello and welcome to voiceover Victor yapping for however long this time-lapse is. I started drawing my little PNG-tubers on a really bad art day. You can see me struggling here for a while. I was just trying to like doodle Hongshu, but for some reason I couldn't remember what my style looked like, and also I couldn't remember what Hongshu looked like, so I was struggling. I was really determined to like start this project that night. However, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't quite sure what like style I wanted to go for, so the plan was to do like some different doodles, some different sketches. However, of like the first ones I didn't like any of them. These don't even look like my style. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Yeah, the next day I got out my sketchbook, I did some doodles, and then I took a photo of that and traced the ones that I liked best. Yeah, this time-lapse, by the way, is gonna be a hot mess. I was working on like 8 drawings at the same time, and I keep jumping like back and forth because I didn't like any of them. I think it turned out okay, but I wasn't feeling it, so I'm jumping around a lot. I was still kind of lost. I think at some point I just decided that I didn't really feel like going for one specific style, and I don't really mind if the style isn't super consistent. I also wanted to make like a small animation that I can overlay over like when I'm actually drawing. For most of them I wasn't using any reference, and I was just suffering the entire time. The one with like the crossed arms was actually the death of me. I don't know what it is. I understand how they work, but every time I try to draw like a crossed arms pose, I want to die, quite frankly. Like, it's so bad. Yeah, then I tried to finish up the little like drawing one. I copy pasted a lot of my own sticker designs. A lot of these you can actually buy on my Etsy, just saying. There's like a lot of One Piece stickers in there. One My Little Pony sticker, King from the Owl House. ViktorClawthorne is a Owl House reference, and also my dog, because I love my dog. And if you can't be in the background of my drawing videos, then at least you can be a little sticker on my drawing tablet. This one I think turned out really cute. I really liked the little animation one. Also, you might have noticed that I ended up making it my YouTube profile picture. I have Zoro on like all other platforms as my profile picture, and I'm not planning to change that. I just felt like on YouTube it makes sense to have like a picture of Hongshu. His little tongue out, like he's concentrating so hard. This is me when I'm drawing. Terrible posture and like concentrating way too hard and still not liking what I'm doing. I really like how it turned out. I think it's really cute. I didn't want to animate it like too much. I don't want it to be like too distracting. So now I can actually overlay the little PNG-tuber. This was like a few days later, so I was actually feeling a bit better and like fixed up the anatomy a bit. While I was drawing Hongshu so many times, not that anyone cares, I was like, wow, his like bottom eyelashes, whatever they are, they're like part of his fur pattern. They really look like Corazon from One Piece, like his makeup. And then I remember that actually was the inspiration. Yeah, that was kind of funny because I totally forgot that was part of my inspiration. I don't really have a lot to say. What do people talk about in like drawing time lapses? I watch a lot art YouTubers and I don't remember what people talk about in their time lapses, so now I'm kind of lost. I think I need to speed up this time-lapse. I'm getting really bored. I tried to get like a good range of emotions. I wasn't really sure what I would need for like a PNG-tuber like this, but I just kind of went with like different levels of excitement. I feel like that's a good starting point. I also have these like shitty reaction pic stickers of my Sona. I also take commissions for them if anyone's interested. They are really cheap because I do them really badly. I also am going to use those in my YouTube videos because I think they're really funny. No, I want to know like what length of videos do you prefer? Okay, personally for crafting videos, I really prefer like really long videos. And for drawing videos, I do prefer long videos, and I prefer when there's like a lot of drawings in one video, but I do get that that takes like a lot of time, so I understand when people like split it into parts. But I'm very curious, what's the length? What's your preferred length of video? Let me know. On a completely different note, I'm currently hosting an art raffle on my Instagram. I have 2 Instagram. I have like a first ed Instagram and I have an illustration Instagram. If you want a chance at winning some free art by yours truly, go to my illustration Instagram and enter my art raffle. Also, you see the post, ignore that I misspelled prize every single time. I was looking at the post and I was like, wait, that's actually so weird that like prize, like winning something, and price as in how much it costs, are spelled the same way. And then I thought about it for like 2 seconds and realized that they are in fact not spelled the same way and that I just misspelled it. Perchance, I should actually talk about the drawings. I have this one drawing, like just the head from his ref sheet, which I really like, so that's the one I used for the crossed arms one, which I think is also in part where I was struggling, because I was trying to make the body match the face, and it wasn't really like the perspective I wanted. Whatever. I would say my art style is very colorful. Wow. I don't know, I really like lightweight, and having like my lines not connect. I don't know why I do it, I just think it looks cool. The blue that you would usually do in like bounce lighting, I kind of do that in the line art, if that makes sense. But like in a way that doesn't make sense. It looks cool though. And also I use a lot of halftones. I didn't want these to be too flat, but I just didn't want the like shading to be too noticeable. The highlights, however, I love my cyan rim lighting. I don't care if it doesn't make sense, it looks good. Then I add like halftones over that in combination with the colored line art. I think it's really fun. Let me know what you think about the like Windows aesthetic background. I have some ideas, I have some visions for like backgrounds and stuff, but I didn't want it to be too distracting, so this is what I came up with. Also, guess my favorite color. Hint, it's definitely not purple. Why would you ever say that? I mean, okay, let's be real. This isn't a PNG-tuber, it's just like a few drawings of my Sona. I say PNG-tuber, but it's not actually one. I think some of them turned out better than others. I might redraw some of them, I can always like add more. This is very much my style right now. Yeah, I'm excited to use these little drawings for when I make more drawing videos. Have a nice day, I guess, or don't. Kind of not my problem. That was so rude, I'm sorry.